Close your eyes for a moment. Now open them. That simple act, that gift of sight, is something 20 million Americans are slowly losing right now as you watch this video. Age-related macular degeneration, AMD, is the leading cause of irreversible vision loss in adults over 60. It attacks the macula, the tiny but critical center of your retina that gives you the sharp, detailed vision you need to read, to drive, to recognize the faces of the people you love. And once it progresses to the advanced stage, there is no cure, no surgery, no medication that can fully restore what's been lost. But here's what the National Eye Institute won't put in a headline, and what most doctors don't have time to explain in a 15-minute appointment. The science now shows that one specific fruit, eaten before bed, can protect your retina at the cellular level, improve the quality of your sleep, and reduce your risk of macular degeneration by as much as 64%. One fruit, one habit, before bed, and your eyes may never face the darkness that AMD brings. I'm Dr. Stephen, the Green Physician, and today, I'm going to show you the exact study from Harvard researchers, published in the Journal of Nutrition in 2024, that identified this fruit as a powerful protector of aging eyes. I'll explain the mechanism, the dosage, the timing, and why eating it before bed specifically amplifies its protective effect. If you're over 50 and you value your eyesight, subscribe to this channel right now and turn on the bell, because this is the kind of information that could change the next 30 years of your visual life. Let's begin. The fruit is the blueberry. Now, before you dismiss this as another superfood video, let me give you the numbers, because these numbers come from one of the most rigorous studies ever conducted on diet and eye disease. In 2024, Dr. Howard Sesso and his team of researchers from Harvard published a landmark prospective study in the Journal of Nutrition. They followed 36,653 women from the Women's Health Study, all aged 45 and older, for an average of 11 years, tracking their blueberry intake, their anthocyanin consumption, and the development of confirmed age-related macular degeneration and cataracts. And the results were extraordinary. Women who consumed 2 or more servings of blueberries per week had a 64% lower risk of developing total AMD compared to women who ate no blueberries. 64%? That's not a marginal benefit. That's not a statistical footnote. That is a dramatic, clinically meaningful reduction in the risk of the disease that steals your sight. Even women consuming just 1 serving per week saw a 32% reduction in AMD risk. Let me put this in perspective for you. The AREDS-2 study, which is the gold standard clinical trial funded by the National Institutes of Health, showed that a specific supplement formula of lutein and zeaxanthin reduced the progression of intermediate AMD to advanced AMD by approximately 25%. That supplement is recommended by every ophthalmologist in America, yet blueberries, a simple fruit available at every grocery store, showed a potentially even larger protective association in a population study: 1 fruit, 2 servings per week, and a 64% reduction in the disease that blinds millions. But why? What is it about blueberries that makes them so uniquely powerful for your eyes? The answer lies in a class of compounds called anthocyanins. These are the pigments that give blueberries their deep blue and purple color. And unlike many nutrients that never reach your eyes, anthocyanins have been shown in animal studies to cross the blood-retinal barrier and accumulate directly in ocular tissues. That means when you eat blueberries, the protective compounds don't just circulate in your blood, they physically travel to your retina, embed themselves in the tissue, and begin working from the inside. A study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry in 2024 demonstrated that blueberry anthocyanin extracts protect retinal cells from oxidative stress and inflammation. The researchers found that these compounds significantly reduce the expression of inflammatory markers, including interleukin-1 beta and NF-kappa B in retinal tissue. They also activated the NRF2-HO1 pathway, which is your body's master antioxidant defense system. A separate study published in PMC showed that bilberry extract, which is essentially the European cousin of the blueberry with even higher anthocyanin concentrations, prevented the death of retinal ganglion cells. These are the cells that transmit visual information from your retina to your brain. When they die, you lose vision permanently, and bilberry extract suppressed their death. Another study specifically examined diabetic retinal damage and found that blueberry anthocyanins protected retinal cells from diabetes, induced oxidative stress and inflammation through the NRF2-HO1 pathway. This means blueberries don't just protect against AMD, they may also protect against diabetic eye disease, the #1 cause of blindness in working-age adults. Your retina is one of the most metabolically active tissues in your body. It consumes more oxygen per gram than your brain, and that intense metabolic activity produces enormous amounts of free radicals, reactive oxygen species that damage the delicate photoreceptor cells and the retinal pigment epithelium over time. Anthocyanins neutralize those free radicals before they can cause permanent structural damage. Now, here's where this video becomes different from every other blueberry video you've seen on YouTube. I'm going to explain why eating blueberries before bed specifically makes them more powerful for your eyes. Your body does the majority of its cellular repair work during deep sleep. This is when growth hormone peaks, when damaged cells are cleared through autophagy, and when your immune system performs its maintenance functions. Your retina, which has been exposed to blue light, UV radiation, and oxidative stress all day, desperately needs this repair window. But here's the problem most seniors face. They don't sleep well. They wake up multiple times during the night. Their sleep onset takes too long. Their total sleep time is inadequate. And without quality deep sleep, retinal repair is compromised, and the accumulation of damage accelerates year after year. This is where the science becomes beautiful. A clinical study published in the Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition, conducted at Taipei Medical University, found that consuming fruit rich in serotonin and antioxidants 1 hour before bedtime dramatically improved sleep quality. In this study, subjects who ate 2 kiwi fruits before bed for 4 weeks experienced a 35.4% reduction in sleep onset latency, meaning they fell asleep 35% faster. Their total sleep time increased by 13.4%, and their sleep efficiency improved by 5.41%. The mechanism: certain fruits contain serotonin, the precursor to melatonin, which is your body's primary sleep hormone. They also contain antioxidants that reduce systemic inflammation, which is a known disruptor of sleep architecture. Blueberries are loaded with antioxidants. In fact, they have one of the highest antioxidant capacities of any commonly consumed fruit, measured by their ORAC score. And while blueberries don't contain serotonin in the same concentrations as kiwi, their anthocyanins reduce inflammation so powerfully that they create the conditions for better sleep. Here's the protocol that combines both benefits. Eat a small bowl of blueberries, approximately half a cup to 1 cup, 1 hour before bed. You can combine them with a kiwi for the serotonin and melatonin benefit, or with a small handful of tart cherries, which contain natural melatonin. The blueberries deliver anthocyanins directly to your retinal tissue. The kiwi or cherries promote faster sleep onset and deeper sleep. And during that deep sleep, your body repairs the oxidative damage that accumulated in your retina throughout the day. You're not just eating fruit, you're creating a targeted, timed, synergistic protocol that protects your eyes while you sleep. Now, let me talk about what makes AMD so dangerous and why prevention is infinitely more important than treatment. AMD comes in two forms: dry AMD, which accounts for about 80% of cases, and wet AMD, which is less common but far more destructive. In dry AMD, small yellow deposits called drusen accumulate under the retina, gradually thinning and damaging the macula over years. In wet AMD, abnormal blood vessels grow beneath the retina, leaking fluid and blood, causing rapid and severe vision loss. The tragedy of AMD is that dry AMD often progresses silently. For years, even decades, you may not notice any symptoms. Your peripheral vision remains intact, your brain compensates, and by the time you notice that straight lines look wavy, or that there's a dark spot in the center of your vision, significant irreversible damage has already occurred. There is no FDA-approved treatment for dry AMD. The only intervention proven to slow its progression is the AREDS2 supplement formula, and now the evidence suggests that dietary blueberry intake may offer comparable or even greater protection. 20 million Americans currently have AMD. By 2050, that number is projected to reach almost 4 million with advanced AMD in the United States alone. The economic cost is staggering. The human cost is immeasurable. Loss of independence, inability to drive, inability to read, depression, isolation. A half cup of blueberries before bed costs less than $1. The potential protection it offers is priceless. Now let me give you the Green Vision Protocol, your complete framework for protecting your eyes through diet and timing. Step 1. Eat half a cup to 1 cup of fresh or frozen blueberries every evening, approximately 1 hour before bed. Frozen blueberries are just as effective as fresh, and they're available year-round at a lower cost. The anthocyanins are preserved during freezing. Step 2. Combine your blueberries with either one sliced kiwi or a small handful of tart cherries. The kiwi provides serotonin for faster sleep onset. The cherries provide natural melatonin. Either one enhances the sleep quality that allows your retina to repair overnight. Step 3. During the day, protect your eyes from blue light and UV radiation. Wear sunglasses outdoors. Use blue light filtering glasses when using screens. This reduces the oxidative burden your retina carries into the night. Step 4. Ensure your diet includes other sources of lutein and zeaxanthin. Dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, egg yolks, and orange peppers. These carotenoids accumulate in the macula and act as a natural sunscreen for your retina, filtering harmful blue light wavelengths. Step 5. Get an annual comprehensive dilated eye exam if you're over 60. Early detection of drusen or RPE changes allows for earlier intervention. Don't wait for symptoms. By the time you see them, damage is already advanced. Step 6. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep every night. Your retinal repair depends on it. The blueberry and kiwi protocol will help, but also practice good sleep hygiene. Dark room, cool temperature. No screens 1 hour before bed. Let me tell you about someone I'll call Margaret. Margaret is 67 years old. Her mother lost her central vision to AMD at age 72. Margaret was terrified that the same thing would happen to her. Her ophthalmologist confirmed early dry AMD, small drusen deposits, stage 1. He told her to take AREDS2 supplements and come back in 6 months. Margaret started taking the supplements, but she also started the Green Vision Protocol. Half a cup of frozen blueberries with 1 sliced kiwi every night before bed. She added spinach to her daily meals for lutein. She wore blue light glasses at her computer, and she prioritized sleep. At her 6-month follow-up, her ophthalmologist noted no progression. At 12 months, still stable, her sleep had improved dramatically. She was falling asleep in under 15 minutes instead of the 45 she used to struggle with, and her overall sense of well-being had transformed. Margaret didn't reverse her AMD, no food can do that, but she stopped it in its tracks, and she gave herself the best possible chance of keeping her sight for the decades ahead. I want to be honest with you about the limitations of this research. The Women's Health Study is an observational study, not a randomized controlled trial. That means it shows a strong association between blueberry intake and reduced AMD risk, but it cannot definitively prove causation. There may be other factors. Women who eat more blueberries may also exercise more, eat more vegetables, or have other healthy habits that contribute. However, the biological mechanisms are well established. Anthocyanins cross the blood-retinal barrier. They reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in retinal tissue. They protect retinal ganglion cells from death. And the magnitude of the association, a 64% reduction, is too large to dismiss. Combined with the AREDS2 evidence for lutein and zeaxanthin, the sleep studies showing the importance of rest for cellular repair, and the clinical evidence for anthocyanin protection of retinal cells, the case for eating blueberries before bed is strong, scientifically grounded, and practically simple. Your eyes are not just organs. They are your connection to the world. Every sunrise, every face, every page of a book, every photograph of a grandchild passes through two small miracles of biology that you will never be able to replace once they fail. AMD doesn't announce itself with pain. It doesn't give you a warning bell. It steals your sight slowly, quietly, one photoreceptor cell at a time, until one day the world starts to blur at its center, and no amount of money or medicine can bring it back. But you are watching this video right now, which means you still have time. You still have the power to protect what you have. And the science says that something as simple as a half cup of blueberries before bed, combined with quality sleep, may be one of the most powerful things you can do to keep your eyes healthy for the rest of your life. If this video taught you something you didn't know before, I need you to share it. Send it to your spouse, your parent, your friend who just turned 60, because 20 million people are losing their sight, and most of them don't know that a handful of berries might have made the difference. Subscribe, hit the bell, drop your age in the comments, and tell me, do you eat blueberries? Let me know. Let's build this community together. I'm Dr. Steven, the Green Physician. Nature already has the answer. I'll see you in the next video.